Hello, my name is Jesper Nielsen, and I'm an Associate Professor of Marketing here at the Yale College of Management. It is my great pleasure to welcome you to Marketing 572, or Marketing Research. Marketing Research is a key marketing elective that is often required for anyone specializing in marketing, as it is in both our undergraduate and our full-time MBA programs. Although the course is called Marketing Research, I think it helps to think of it more as an applied research methods course. What this means is that you'll learn to study populations that you have a particular interest in, allowing you to then make better decisions about how to interact with, guide, or influence those populations. So those may be consumers and you being in marketing, or, as you can probably see, that could apply to any discipline or any effort that uses data to make decisions about other populations. So, for example, if you want to understand the consumers of a particular drug treatment program or vaccination program to help you make better public health decisions, then the methods in this course will be just as useful as they will if you're interested in understanding how consumers who are given a certain promotion or saw certain advertisements choose to then behave. The same goes if you're an entrepreneur and you're trying to understand the nuances of where your market is or how to best communicate your value proposition to those markets. So it's important to think about this as not just a marketing course, but as a course for anyone who uses data to make decisions about people other than themselves. So the first half of this course will focus on collecting data. We'll look at how to choose the best data collection method, given not just our particular research question, but where we currently are as a company or an organization in understanding those consumers or those groups. We will discuss observational research methods, we'll look at focus groups, in-depth interviews, as well as both surveys and finally experiments. And the experiments will look at both lab experiments and field experiments. So we'll cover all the major methods of data collection. The second half of the course then will focus on what we do once we've collected that data. And here the focus will primarily be on quantitative data analysis, which means data that we've obtained through surveys, experiments, or through secondary data. So before we get into the specifics of the course, let me just tell you a little bit about me and who I am. As you can detect the accent, I'm originally not from the United States, but I'm from Denmark, where I earned my undergraduate degree in international marketing. After working in international marketing in the IT business in Europe, I moved to the United States, where I first earned my MBA and then my PhD in marketing at the University of North Carolina at Chapel Hill. I then joined the Yale College of Management faculty in 2003 and have been very happy to be here ever since. So let's talk about the specifics of the course. I've designed a course that relies heavily on giving you hands-on experience with many of the tools of market research. Having taught this course in the full-time program for a while now, I'm convinced that this is the best way to really develop an intuition for why we do the things we do and why we do them the way that we do. And that's just best learned if you live them. Many of you will not be market researchers, will be consumers of market research. And so it's important that you have a sense or an intuition for how should this have been done so that you can judge whether or not the market research is done well. Each week, I'll prepare a module outline that provides a detailed roadmap of my expectations and what we're doing for the week. I strongly encourage you to read the selected pages of the textbook before listening to my lectures. Each chapter will have a lecture segments and exercises which apply the concepts from the lecture. I try to keep the lecture segments to 20 minutes or less, although sometimes I go a little bit over. One focal aspect of this course is the team project. The project allows you to apply each of our lessons to an actual research problem, as each of our lectures represents a step in the research process. And so the project allows us to take the topics from the lectures and move them away from pure hypotheticals and into an application for the project. What this means is that we get to not only try to apply each of these topics or steps along the way, but also that we get to see how each step builds on and improves prior steps in this process, and how each step is necessary for us to end up with data that we trust for making good marketing or other decisions. Especially for the data analysis part of this class, There will also, in addition to the project, be a number of practice assignments that will allow you to practice our data analysis tools before it's time to apply them for the project. With those assignments, you're likely going to get stuck at times. Struggling with some of the assignments and challenges in this particular course is important, and I think it's always important when it comes to methods that you struggle a little bit. The right approach for how to do things and how to apply methods seem to just stick better after students struggle a little bit on their own first, and then I step in to help. What this means for me is that if I'm going to build a system where you have to struggle a little bit before you come for help, then I have to be responsive and be available to give you help when you need it. And so I try very hard for this course to be available and to get back to you immediately. Although with time differences and scheduling changes, I can't always get back to you immediately, but I try to be as responsible as I can and answer as soon as I'm available. Thank you for listening. If you stick with this course, I'm convinced that you'll learn a lot about market research that will prove highly valuable in other courses in this program, as well as in your future career, whether it's in marketing or in some other aspect of business or management.